Hello and welcome to Cadenza. Over our past episodes, we talked about how in the olden times of songwriting, a pool of writers might be sitting around waiting for the assignment to come in telling them what to write a song about. Those songs reflected the latest trends and tried to capture the essence of what people were thinking and feeling. Good times, bad times, new love, old love, war, loss, and so on. It's pretty much the same today, but I think songwriters are more like independent contractors than studio folks, although I'm certain they still exist. The question is coming up with a song easier if you develop it on your own or if you are assigned a piece? There are disadvantages and advantages to both. When you are on your own, you do as you wish. The world and all its subject matter is yours to play with. This includes character, perspective, emotional angle, word choice, and even things like tempo and instrumentation are all your choices. The downside of that is that it can be overwhelming to have all that freedom. Unless you have some discipline and can narrow down all that input, you may never get anything done. An assignment, on the other hand, may provide that focus, at least to provide you with a starting point, but when you are under contract, the material can feel less like yours and more like someone else's. You are a gun for hire. You need to create a song that meets the musical needs of the person writing your check. They don't like the song, you do not get the check. I'm not part of a pool like that. I write when things come to me as I wade through the world, seeing and experiencing things as I do, and those things quite often generate content ideas. Sometimes, however, they do not. I still experience them and am affected by them, but it depends on where I am in my creative place as to what comes from it. I tend to have these large bursts of creativity where I have lots of ideas and want to do all these things. I get to work and get some done, but I have other stuff to do too. You can't get them all done. And sometimes your creative stores can run a little bare. You need to refresh those stores by periodically churning out less content and getting back into the world to collect more ideas and more creative energy or inspiration or whatever you call it. I wrote today's song back in 2002. I created quite a few songs in this time period, but for this one, I remember I wanted to write something a little darker than what I had been doing. It's like drawing. When you draw too many fun, cute things over a period of time, you sometimes want to see how the other half lives over there in the scary part of the neighborhood. I had been talking to some people about songwriting, and it seemed I needed to rein in some of my ideas, so I gave myself an assignment. A cheating song. While I write a lot about relationships and slice-of-life moments, I couldn't recall doing a cheating song specifically, although I'm sure the concept helped fill out a few songs here and there. There's absolutely no shortage of cheating songs that cover everything from astonished disbelief to zany retribution. It's quite a genre. It all came around kind of quickly, and I think I had the bulk of it fleshed out in a day or two. It seems that one of my favorite dark mental images is someone sitting alone in a mostly dark room, silently looking out a window into the night as rain pelts the window and drops track down to the sill. I remember thinking of this specifically as I started writing this song, and while the image isn't reflected even in part until the second verse, the image set the tone for the whole song in my head, more or less. Let us delay no longer. Here is the result of an "it was a dark and stormy night" kind of inspiration. Here's Lies Through a Smile. She pouts in the myself. Game has no winners, but the game is made for two. So don't be surprised when you come home and find a great big smile for you. Until next time, play freely.